Welcome to the K.I.N YouTube channel. This is the Comic Time with Colin.
Hi.
I've just totally introduced you.
Yeah.
You could have done that yourself.
I can do a lot of things by myself.
Can you? Yeah. Yeah, so for our first episode, I thought we would talk about where to start.
Just basically what issues we feel would be a good place to begin with the Marvel Universe and the DC Universe. Disclaimer, we're more versed with the Marvel Universe than DC.
Yeah, I'm sorry. DC fans, I know you're going through a lot lately with the new 52.
Yeah, big storyline that's actually coming up with that one in
Which
April.
one?
DC. They're coming up with a big, huge, epic
Which
storyline.
storyline?
I think it's called Convergent.
Convergent. There you go.
Where they're basically stopping all current issues on all superheroes and making, I think it's either an 8 or 10 issue big series storyline, and then having 42 issue tie-ins.
What are they doing? Is it like a Justice League thing, or is it like...
I think so. I think the main villain's going to be Brainiac.
Brainiac.
Yeah.
Alright.
I know with me, because like I said, I've only been into comics for like a year now, and it took me a little bit to kind of grasp how to read it all. Like, I mean, if you can just see this, I don't know, can zoom in or whatever. But this was kind of a little bit much to read.
You thought the art was much?
I mean, not the art, but just the way to progress with the dialogues.
Right.
Because it goes, obviously, from left to right and then goes top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's going like you can have literally things go like this, and it literally the dialogue goes from top to bottom and back up again. That can happen.
Right.
So I think it's just, you'll get a feel for it. The more you read comics, the more you get into it. I think it's just something you'll pick up as you go along.
Mm-hmm. Comic book that I ever started on and really got into was actually the Civil War. And those of you that don't know, the Marvel Civil War is this warning, potential spoiler alerts, depending on how into it you're going to be. Civil War starts off with these group of superheroes called the New Warriors, right?
I think so. Yeah,
the New Warriors. Sorry, it's been a while since I've actually watched it, but it starts off with the New Warriors, and they're filming this reality TV show, and all of a sudden, the villain that they're trying to catch blows up, and he kills approximately like 600 to 700 people. And eventually the government gets involved, and they want to create a Superhuman Registration Act, which will basically hold these superheroes accountable for their actions, so they're not off and another incident like that doesn't happen again. And the reason why I'm saying to start from there is because it kind of sets the whole mood for most of the big events that are going on with Marvel now. Because after that, it just kind of like escalated from there.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with that. The Civil War is definitely a good place to start, mainly because the ramifications for what happens in the Civil War are felt years later into the comic book universe.
Goliath?
Oh, yep.
Goliath.
And then, oh, that's a spoiler, cut that out.
Oh, God.
But, yeah, so basically, because Civil War is so big, and it does capture basically the feel of what happens in the recent Marvel universe, the comic universe anyway, it's definitely a good place to start, and then move on from there. Branch out to other superheroes and their individual storylines, and then continuing to read all the big storylines that happen after that. I feel for Marvel, that's a very good place to start, is the Civil War. I started with Civil War. I started with the Young Avengers, which you lent me. Which the Young Avengers, what happens in that storyline is a little bit. I think it's a little bit before.
Young Avengers. Yeah, Young Avengers.
It's a little bit before
2003.
Yeah, it happened. The Young Avengers.
Artwork by Jim Chung. Great artist.
Do you know the writer?
You know the writer.
Was it Edward Brubaker?
I don't think.
Because I don't know the writer.
Oh God.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So that's
Heinberg.
I don't think it was Heinberg.
It definitely was Heinberg. Heinberg
and Chuck. That's what I started with, was the Young Avengers, mainly because I was interested in a couple of the characters I heard about, and a few of them are legacy characters, as you find out during the storyline.
Cassie.
Cassie Lang, obviously Scott Lang's daughter. She plays a
Ant-Man. If you don't know what Scott Lang is, Scott Lang is second Ant-Man.
The second Ant-Man, yes. And she plays a pretty pivotal role throughout Young Avengers run. And then obviously there's the new Hawkeye, Kate Bishop. There's Billy. And
I'm really
Teddy.
excited. Kate Bishop is my love.
Okay, we're getting off topic now.
No, we're not. She's beautiful.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, I started with Young Avengers, which begins beforehand, and then the events of that kind of have a little bit of an effect of what happens in the Civil War, mainly because they're young superheroes. They don't really know what they're doing, and part of what's with the Registration Act is that they would be trained by the government to, develop the powers and not basically cause mass destruction. And then I also started myself with Captain America: The Winter Soldier, because that also happens before the Civil War, and that leads into the Civil War as well.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions or any more recommendations, put them in the comment section below, and then we can also get more onto the whole Marvel. It'll be here somewhere. And then we can start reading more Marvel comics and give you guys more recommendations and ideas.